Hi, welcome to my video on the inverse of a parabola, part 5. Part 5 has an extra problem that I made up to help you, again, understand what the inverse is all about. Let's see if we can do the right part. Don't forget, in my videos, you can pause the video and work it through first to see if you can work it out by yourself. F of x equals x minus 1 all squared plus 1, where x is greater than or equal to 1. So notice that x is greater than or equal to 1, a restriction. So what we have is a parabola here, whose vertex, when x is 1, y is 1. And we also, that because it starts at 1 and because that's a plus is going to go up, that means the y is going to start at 1 and go up, so the y is going to be greater than or equal to 1. So this is to the right and up. It says find the intersection of the f of x, which we already have, and its inverse. So let's work out its inverse. F of x is a y. So we change the f of x to y. Now we're going to change the y to an x and an x to a y. And now we're going to solve for y. So x minus 1 equals y minus 1 squared. And so that's plus minus the root of x minus 1. And the square root of y minus 1 squared is y minus 1. And so y is equal to plus or minus the root of x minus 1 plus 1. So this is the f to the negative 1 of x is plus or minus square root of x minus 1 plus 1. But if you notice, if the f of x has domain and range, then f to the negative 1 has a domain up, so it's x is greater than or equal to 1, and it has the y greater than or equal to 1. Because the two of these are the same, switching them makes no difference. So that means the f of x is going to be the positive. If x is greater than 1 is on the right, so the f to the negative 1 of x is going to be the positive part of this equation. Instead of having the minus part, it's the positive part. Because notice x starts at 1 and is greater, and the y is positive, so this is the equation that represents this inverse right here. So we want to find the intersection. That means the f of x is going to equal f to the negative 1 of x. So the f of x is x minus 1 squared plus 1. And f to the negative 1 inverse is the square root of x minus 1 plus 1. So we have to solve these two equations to find their intersection. Notice 1 is on each side, so we can scratch the 1's. So that means that x minus 1 squared is equal to the square root of x minus 1. Because we have a square root, then we can square both sides. And so the root of x minus 1 squared is an x minus 1. And so we take x minus 1 squared and squared, that becomes x minus 1 to the 4th power. Now a square of a square we multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. Now we got an x to the 4th, and there's reason I made up this question is to do extra math. We got an x to the 4th, so let's look at Pastel's triangle. So we have a 1 and a 1. We have a 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1. We have a 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So if we look over look at the unit on polynomials, second polynomial 2, you'll find Pascal's triangle. So this is degree of 0, degree of 1, degree of 2, degree of 3, degree of 4. So this is the Pascal triangle for a plus b to the fourth power. And so a plus b to the fourth power is a to the fourth plus 4a cubed b plus 6a squared b squared plus 4ab cubed plus b to the fourth. So we have 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. And notice the powers of a go down 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And the powers of b go up. So there's b to the 0, b to the 1, b squared, b cubed. So when we have x minus 1 to the fourth power. So that means a is x and b, should be a 1 there. I put a 4 down. Again, one of those little errors, got to be careful. So we take x, take a is x, so that's going to be a is x, so that's going to be x to the fourth plus 4, and a is x, so it's going to be x cubed, and b is negative 1, and we plus 6, a is x, so it's going to be an x squared, b is negative 1, so it's going to be b squared, and I didn't give my space, I should have had more, should have kept this, so I'll go here, plus 4, a is x, and we're dealing with this one, cubed, so it's a negative 1 cubed, plus b is negative 1 to the fourth. Now, make sure this is right, so a to the x to the fourth, this is negative 1 times 4, so it's a negative 4x cubed. That's negative 1 squared is 1, so that's plus 6x squared. This is a negative 1 cubed is negative 1, so that's a negative 4x. Negative 1 to the fourth is plus 1. So that's the fourth power. So if you take this equation and I got to put it right here, so this is x to the fourth minus 4x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals x minus 1, yeah. Just making sure. So easy to make an error. So it's x minus 1. So we got x to the fourth minus 4x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4x minus x plus 1 equals 0. So we have the equation simplified. So notice the x moves on to become a minus and the negative 1 moves on to become a plus. So this is the equation. So we have an equation to the fourth power. So that means 4 possible roots. So there's a whole unit on polynomial functions, solving them for rational roots theorem, the integral roots theorem, etc. So all the factors of 2 divided by the factors of 1. So we're looking at the factors of plus or minus 1 or plus or minus 2. That's the integral roots. And so these are the possible ones. So first thing I do is x common, no. Then I add up the coefficients. So 5 and 4, negative 5, negative 4 is negative 9. 1 plus 6 plus 2 is 9. Negative 9 and 9 adds up to give me 0. So that means that 1 is a root of this equation. So we got a 1, negative 4, 6, negative 5, 2. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, they're all there. Draw a line, bring down your 1. 1 times 1 is 1, negative 3. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3, add 3. 1 times 3 is 3, negative 2. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2, 0. So that means that 0 is a remainder. So that means 1 is a root. So we have x is 1. 1 is a root. That means x minus 1 is a factor. Now this is the depressed equation. So now we have to write down the depressed equation because there's 4 roots. And if there's 4 roots, there are either 4 real roots, or there could be 4 imaginary roots, or it could be 2 reals and 2 imaginaries, or it could be all imaginaries. So we got 1 real, so it must be 1 more. So we go again. Now we add up these coefficients again, and they're giving me 0 and negative 1. 1 is not a root again, so I'll try a 2. If 2 don't work, I'll try a negative 2. So 2, draw a line, bring down to 1. So 2 times 1 is 2, negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, 1. 2 times 1 is 2, is 0 again. Oh, so we got this is the remainder. So that means that x equals 2 is a root. So what about the rest? Well, let's look at the equation x squared minus x plus 1. This is a depressed equation. So this is a constant. This is x squared. So that's equal to 0. So to check this out, I would look at the discriminant. The discriminant in the quadratic formula is d is equal to b squared minus 4ac. This is what's underneath the root in the quadratic formula. So a is 1, b is negative 1. So there's a, that's b, and there's c. So b is negative 1. A is 1. C is 1. So that gives us 1 minus 4, negative 3. Because the discriminant is negative 3, because the discriminant is underneath the root, that means the other 2 roots are imaginary. So these are the only real roots. That means we can take, it's in the discriminant, so we look at the equation y equals x minus 1 squared plus 1. So we put it into we put it into the f of x, which is the y. So we put y is 1 in, so y is equal to 1 minus 1 squared plus 1. That's a 0 squared, so that's a 1. So we have 1 comma 1 as an ordered pair. And now we plug that 2 into this equation. So y equals 2 minus 1 squared plus 1. That's 1 squared is 1 plus 1 is 2. So that gives me the ordered pair of 2 comma 2. So the intersection of the 2 points, so the answer is 1 comma 1 or 2 comma 2. Again, look at the algebra involved. And if you didn't want to do Pastel's triangle to the powers of a binomial, you could have taken x minus 1 to the 4th power and multiplied it out, x minus 1 times x minus 1 times x minus 1 times x minus 1, and come up with this product here. Anyway, that's an extra problem that I decided to make up to, again, review your inverse, which is perfect, and using the algebra to find the solutions. And if you like my video, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber, visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content on my YouTube channel, called Math Fully Explained, which is just one word. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.